Warning: the following video contains content intended for older audiences, mainly teens and adults. Viewer discretion is advised. This is 41-year-old Jennifer Sue Hill. On November 21st, 2020, Jennifer came home to find that her house had been burglarized. The thieves made off with $4,900 in jewelry, a safe, and 11 guns valued at nearly $10,000. Police quickly arrested one suspect, Jennifer's 27-year-old neighbor, Bo Pulsifer. Bo was interviewed by detectives, where he implicated 32-year-old Michael J. Beach as an accomplice in the burglary. Authorities searched for Michael, but he couldn't be found right away. For Jennifer, this was devastating. Her anger turned into an obsession for revenge. She vowed to take justice into her own hands. 1 week later, on the evening of November 28th, 2020, Jennifer was returning home from a baby shower. She was riding in a black Nissan Maxima, driven by her daughter, Kerrigan Bailey. Following close behind them was a family friend, Kristen Day, in a white four-door sedan, with Jennifer's other daughter as a passenger. At some point during the trip, both vehicles came to a stop on the side of the road so that Kerrigan could tend to her crying baby. Jennifer got out of the black Nissan Maxima with Kerrigan and got into the other car as a passenger in Kristen's white sedan. Jennifer then demanded that her other daughter exit the white sedan and ride with her sister Kerrigan in the black Nissan Maxima. Before the two cars initially came to a stop, about a mile back they drove past a man walking down the highway with a flashlight and a female companion. Jennifer was convinced that this man was Michael Beach, one of the two men that she believed had broken into her home and stole from her. Fueled by rage, she told Kristen to turn the car around. Kristen and Jennifer drove up alongside the couple walking. Jennifer rolled down her window. The man told the woman that he was with, Christina Welch, to stay back while he stepped forward to talk. Jennifer asked him, "What's your name?" The man hesitated. "Why?" Jennifer asked again, "What's your name?" Finally, he answered, "Mike." Jennifer aimed her gun at the man and fired a single shot to his head. The man collapsed instantly. Christina screamed in horror. Jennifer jumped out of the car shouting, "He pulled a gun on me." Jennifer believed she had shot Michael Beach, but she quickly found out the victim wasn't Michael Beach. It was 39-year-old Michael Holfacker, an innocent man who happened to share a similar first name.
So what I'd like to do, I'm sure you have some questions. I have some questions of my own, okay? It's kind of been a long night for all of us here, and I have some stuff I'd like to talk to you about. Before we talk, though, I have to read you something, okay? Have you ever been read your Miranda rights before, your Miranda warning?
I think so one time, but I don't remember it.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'm going to read them to you, and you can follow along as I read it to you, okay?
Does that mean I'm under arrest, though?
You're not under arrest right now. So you were detained and
Right.
brought up here. And basically, because you're here in handcuffs, and you're obviously not free to leave right now being in handcuffs, we read you these, okay?
Yeah,
It's just
ask me
something
all
we
these
do.
questions. Okay, I got it.
All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. And then what I'll have you do, take your time and read over them if you want to. And then, do you understand each of these rights as I have explained them to you? Okay, and if you're acknowledging with an up and down yes, if that's so, then just initial here. And then the second line says, having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yes.
Okay, and then just initial there. And then what I'll do is have you sign here. And then print your name below it. All right, thank you. Let me ask you this, why do you think you're here tonight?
Because I shot somebody because he pulled a gun on me.
Okay.
I didn't mean to shoot him.
Well, I believe you didn't mean to shoot him. I think you had a lot going through your mind.
This is the second time this week I've had a gun pulled on me. I turned around to ask him his name. He said Mikey with a gun and said why and started walking towards me. So, did I mean to hit him in the head? No, I didn't even mean.
Well, where were you shooting him at then?
I seen a gun coming at me and I pulled my gun out and shot. This is a sick. I can't die. I got a baby coming. No, I don't. My daughter's got a baby coming. This is twice. First time it scared the hell out of me. I couldn't do nothing. This time, I just couldn't die. It's like I cannot die. It's all I kept saying. So I got my gun and I just
Well, let me
shot.
explain a couple things to you, okay? So I've been talking to a lot of people. I've been doing a lot of things. Obviously, I saw you on scene there briefly. So I've talked to a lot of people. I've looked at all the evidence on scene, okay? And it tells a very particular story. And I've even gone as far as to go back in time, okay? And I understand your struggle. I know what's been going on leading up to this. So I understand that there's a lot of frustrations on your part, that you have, and you guys had the burglary. Let's talk about that.
Right.
Your house was broken into. Tell me about that.
They stole everything we owned, or not everything we owned, but our whole gun safe, everything. And I have been contacting anytime we have anything come up or find out any information, I always call the sheriff's department. I always call Detective Spratling.
Mm-hmm.
Always, 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 always. If my husband finds something out, just like tonight. Was it tonight? He found something out. I called you guys
Mm-hmm.
and had him.
What do you find out tonight?
Apparently he found out they were in the vicinity of way down the road in the truck. Apparently nobody found out. Nobody found anything. So I seen people walk on the side of the road. I turned around. I said, "Hey, sir, what is your name?"
Mm-hmm.
He pulled a gun, said Mike, and started. Yes, sir, because I kicked the gun. Listen.
I talked to everyone in the cars. I talked the car you were in.
Kristen.
Yep. I talked to the other cars that were around. I talked to the people that were on scene.
What other car was around? I got out of the car, sir. I
know
swear.
you did. And you did the right thing. Here's the thing. You stayed around. You asked for 911 to be called. So I believe that you realized it was the wrong person that you were looking for.
I wasn't looking for any in particular person. No, sir. What happened was, I pulled up. I said, "Sir, what is your name?" He said, "Mike." Swear to God. Walked up, had the gun. I got out of the car.
What kind of gun was it?
It was a black gun. I kicked the gun away from, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I kicked the gun, swear to God, away from his hand. Then I walked to call 911 because I was afraid she was going to get it. I never put my gun down until I finally got a sheriff.
And the deputy was there pretty quick.
And I walked over. He wasn't there that quick. Because then I walked over. I had everybody trying to call 911. I walked over. I put my gun down. I went to step on it. I said, "Sir, my gun's on the ground." And I got put in handcuffs, put in the back of the car. That was it. Nobody asked me any questions. When I was going back to have somebody call 911, sorry, my mouth is dry, have somebody to call 911, thank you. The black truck that I keep asking everybody to go after, pulled up. She's the little girl, whoever that little girl is, said, "Get it and go." I have asked and asked and asked, why won't anybody ask me any questions to go get the black truck? Nobody.
No one's talking about a black truck.
The black truck pulled up when the black truck pulled this way.
But there's no one talking about it.
Everything going on. Did you see all the cars that were there when I tried waving people down?
We talked to a few of the cars that were there, but I can tell you everyone we talked to, there was no mention of a black truck.
I swear to you. And I heard her, I promise you.
How about the people you were with?
They turned around really quick when I got out of the car. They turned around this way. Everything was done and over when my daughter pulled up. So she didn't see nothing. Kristen, she turned around. Yes, she was in the car, but I was like this. So what could she see?
Well, they all saw enough.
They didn't see the gun. Because I said, "He's got a gun, he's got a gun, he's got a gun." I said it 5 times. Yes, sir, I did.
This is the first time I'm hearing of it, though.
What do you mean? Did I say he has a gun?
Mm-hmm.
I told you that. I said he had a gun.
I know you're saying it. What I'm saying is what you're... So typically in these investigations, right, I go and I talk to everyone, and everyone's story matches with another person.
Right.
Some small details are off and different, but that's normal. I expect that. Okay. But it generally tells a consistent story. What you're telling me doesn't match with what everyone else that I've talked to has told me. People that are your family. So
There was only one person there, sir. I'm sorry. My daughter, nobody was there. My daughter didn't come till...
they were right there.
No, sir, they were not. They were there after the fact because my daughter said, "Mom, did you really have to shoot somebody?" She pulled up after the fact. They said, "He pulled a gun on me, call 911, he pulled a gun on me."
And there was no cars driving away. There was no
what, sir? I'm sorry.
There was no
black
cars.
truck?
Yeah, this black truck you're talking about.
I swear to you, because when I walked to my daughter's car to bang on the window, tell her to call 911, after she pulled up, because she was not there, the only person that was there, Kristen, when we turned around, and he said, "My name is Mike," had a gun because he was in the middle down by the ditch.
Where did he get the gun from?
He had it out of his pocket when I said, "What is your name?" He said, "My name is Mike." Why? And started walking towards me.
Okay.
So then my gun was in my purse. I undid it. I took the safety off, took it out of the thing, and I shot. I've already had a gun pulled on me once. I can't die. I can't. And that's all that kept going through my head. Would I ever shoot somebody? I call you guys for every little detail. Every detail of everything. If I think my husband is going to look for the person, I can show you my phone. I message Detective Straplin. I call you guys for anything. I would never, ever do something stupid like this if I did not have a gun pulled on me. I seen it. I told the sheriff, he had a gun pulled on me. Somebody, and this is what I ended up in right in the back of a car. And I kept asking him, why won't somebody talk to me? Nobody's going after the truck. She said, get it and go. I kicked it away from because I didn't know she was going to get it, shoot me.
Who's she?
Whoever that girl is, I don't know her name.
And who's the one that said get it and go?
She did. She was sitting there, like here was Mike, whoever Mike is. Mike, because that's exactly what he told me his name is. Is his name Mike? Well, I don't know if you can tell me. He told me his name was Mike.
Okay.
And he came at me. I already had a Mike come at me with a gun once. This time I got out of the car. I mean, I wouldn't have stayed, or if I meant to just shoot somebody. If I just was out to be a bandit of hell, you do think I would have stayed? Dropped my gun, called 911, tried to do all the right things. I did what I was taught to do. What I have asked every single officer that I've ever came in contact with, I have the right to defend myself, correct? I mean, I don't know. What was I supposed to do? I mean, I don't know how I said 4 times, he's got a gun, he's got a gun. I had enough time to get a gun out of my purse, take my safety on, and shoot him when I said I had a gun.
No one heard you say he had a gun, though.
Nobody heard me say he had a gun.
No.
Everything going on, do you think I just was a vigilante and just started shooting?
I don't know. That's what I want to find
out.
No,
sir.
And here's what I think, okay? I've never met you before. In this brief interaction, you seem like you have morals. You seem like you have, a lot. You seem like you care.
I do care.
And here's what I think. I think you made a mistake tonight, and mistakes happen. Here's what I think. I think, what was it, about 2 weeks ago? Your house got burglarized. Okay, I think you had all your stuff taken, and that's hard.
It was my husband's stuff,
and that makes it even harder. I mean, I talked to your husband, Corey. He was torn up.
He's the one out looking for everybody.
He works what, 6 days a week?
Yeah.
He works his butt off, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Works hard for all the stuff he gets.
Yeah, but I'm not the one.
And I think he works hard for his stuff. He works hard to provide for you and to help you. And you guys collectively as a family work hard for what you have. And you were violated. That's one of the ultimate things that can happen to us, that can hurt, that can truly hurt us and tear us up inside, is, having your home violated.
Not something to do this for.
And then to top it all off, you had the incident a few days ago.
Where I already had one gun put on me by a Mike.
Tell me about that.
We found his truck on the side of the road. We were looking at his truck while we were waiting for you guys to come. Called 911, waiting for you guys to come. Found our stuff in the back of his truck. You guys told us the operator told us, stop, leave everything alone. Then guess who comes walking up on me? Michael Beach. First he told me he wasn't Michael Beach.
Had you met him before?
Never
Did
seen
you know what he looked like?
Michael Beach?
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I ever seen him.
Okay.
First time ever did I see Michael Beach. Never. I didn't even look up his dang mug shots, and that was my first thing. I think I should have did that. But did I ever think at 11 o'clock at night he was going to come walking up on me, telling me, and he pulled a gun on me?
Mm-hmm.
So that kept going through my mind.
What kind of gun was that he pulled on?
He pulled a silver revolver-looking gun on me. Then the Deputy Brown got there, chased him off. Or chased him, the whole road was closed down. And then the incident happened tonight. That scared the crap out of me. I just couldn't go through it again. I mean, that's why.
So I think everything leading up to it, you've been on guard, you've been scared, you've been violated, you've been in a position that's unique to where not everyone goes through it, and it can put a lot on us. And I think you wanted to do the right thing by you and by your husband. You saw how much it hurt him, that he lost his life. He worked hard for all of this stuff.
Okay.
And you went to confront who you thought was Michael Beach.
No, sir.
And it wasn't.
No, sir.
You just told me yourself you thought it was Michael Beach.
No, he told me his name was Mike. I didn't say I didn't thought it was Michael Beach. He said his name was Mike, and he was coming at me.
He was walking
towards me with the gun.
He didn't have a gun.
Yes, sir. I kicked it.
Where did you kick it to?
I kicked it away from his hand because I did not know I hit him in the head until...
Which direction did it go?
It went towards the road. It went about... I kicked it, so I didn't know I hurt. I don't even... Please tell me.
What kind of gun do you have?
What do I have?
Mm-hmm.
I have a black Easy 380.
Okay. Who makes that? Easy. I've never heard of Easy.
Smith & Wesson.
Okay.
Mine was way down the road that I put there so nobody could get it when you guys showed up.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a concealed weapons license or anything?
No, I keep it my 3 steps in my thing with the safety on it in my holster with my holster. I try to follow all the rules. Normally it's in the glove box of any car I'm riding in, but I got out of my daughter's car at the baby shower and got in with, I got in with Kristen, and we went to see if it was Michael Beach, and I was calling the law. If it was Michael Beach, I always call you guys. Always. Because Brown and everybody has already been looking for him. If he would have said I was Michael Beach, or Michael whatever, and did not have a gun, I would have left. I would have called you guys, been done with it. Like I do everything. Or if it wasn't Michael, we were going to offer him a ride. But he came with me with Mike.
Where's your phone?
My phone?
Mm-hmm.
My phone was in my back pocket. I think it's in Kristen's car now.
Okay.
Or in my purse.
So the call that you made to us is on there?
After the whole incident?
No, before.
Oh yeah, when I called you guys before, yes sir.
You said because you saw it was Michael walking, so you called us?
No sir, because all that happened before I saw it was Michael. Or Mike, or whoever it was that approached me. With a gun, I'm telling you, I kicked the gun towards the street. I got out. I kicked it away from him because I didn't know if he was going to get up or not. I said, gun, I'm not completely off the chart. I would have, if I visually seen it was Michael Beach, I would have turned around and called you guys immediately, and you guys would have been there like you guys are every single time. Every single time. No possessions are ever worth doing some stupid crap like this. That's what I tell my husband every time, and that's why I call you guys. May I take a sip of water again?
Sure.
Nothing. I've got too much to lose. Nothing is worth this.
I think you have a lot to lose, and I think that's why this is hard for you.
I have a lot to lose. I got a grandbaby coming. I have
She's what, 3 weeks? She's due in 3 weeks?
I mean, I would never, nothing I own is worth this. I was just going to check, see if he was Michael. I would turn around. Matter of fact, I was talking to my husband and said I was going to turn around and ask him his name is Michael. He was up at the Winn-Dixie. And I was just going to meet him up there, and I would have called the law.
Who were you riding with?
I was riding with Kristen.
Okay. And that was from the baby shower, you said?
No, I seen them walking. Kristen was following us. Me and my daughter, we had my nephew in the back seat.
Okay. Well, which daughter were you with?
I was with Kerrigan.
Okay.
She's pregnant. I had my nephew in the back seat. So I didn't want to put her in any harm's way either. So Kristen, she was by herself. She had my other daughter, but me and my other daughter switched, and all we were doing was turning around, asking him his name, and leaving. Never once. My firearm was in my purse. Zipped. I did make sure it was racked. I put it back in, I call it racked, I don't know what you guys call it. I put it back in my thing, closed it, put it back in my purse, zipped it. No, I didn't zip my purse.
So when you had it racked...
Because I never leave it.
What do you mean by racked? Like
what do you call it?
So you have like a round of ammunition inside the chamber?
In case, and because I never leave it that way, ever. Because like I said.
At what point did you rack it? And you put it? Was that when you pull over?
No. Yes. When I pulled over, I did do that, and I put it back in, everything back in my holster. Sorry, sir. I buttoned my holster, put everything back in my purse. And then when I pulled up and I seen he had a gun, I said it. He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
No one remembers. No one said that you said that.
And
I did, as long as you sat out there and had to be here, I talked to people for a long time. And I went over things, and no one mentioned any of that. And so that's what I'm saying is what you're telling me is not lining up with what they're telling me.
I even said to them,
Listen. What you're telling me is not lining up with what they're telling me.
Because they didn't hear that.
And so, including the people that you were with, physically in the car with, okay?
Right, Christian.
So, what it's telling me is a couple of things. Because in this short time I've gotten to know you a bit, I know that you care. I know that you've had a lot going on. And I think that you went there to confront Michael Beach, and ultimately you realized it wasn't him, and is what's causing all of this pain and all of this,
No, because I still don't know if it's not Michael Beach. I don't know who it is. I don't know. I was told his name was Mike, and he was coming at me. I'm telling you, sir. I'm telling you, even when I got out of the car.
He just walked up to you because you called him over. You were asking him what his name was.
No, sir. I said, right. And he said, come at me. Because I said it 4, 5, 6 times when I was out of the car, too.
If you said
nobody heard me say
that 4, 6 times before,
I kept yelling.
6 times after, someone would remember that once.
So nobody heard me say he had a gun,
No one.
Not one time.
No.
Because as soon as that happened and I got out and kicked it, everybody left me. swear to you, if Kristen hauled ass left me, pulled on the side of the road, as soon as I got out of the car and I walked over to my daughter and said, he had a gun, Kerrigan, he had a gun. Somebody call 911, it's there on the side of the road. And I didn't say it to my daughter neither.
Not the stories that I have.
Okay, yes sir, I did. I know I did. I did. As soon as I got out of Kristen's car, she hauled ass and left me.
Why isn't the gun on the side of the road anymore?
I just told you.
There's nothing about this black truck, though, that you're talking about.
The black truck, I pulled over so many people trying to get somebody to call 911. There was a line of people on one side of the road, and then everybody left as soon as the officers showed up. The black truck pulled, I swear on everything I love, black, gray, a dark truck was in this lane, walked up to see what was going on. She said, get it and go, and that's when I was walking back. Because I never once took my eyes off of anything. I walked backwards to the car because I was afraid she was going to get the gun and shoot at me. I walked back, never once took my eyes, and I kept saying, no, no, and that was it. I'm not imagining this. I would never do nothing
I don't think you're imagining it.
like this. Ever, for any possession, piece of property, nothing. Never. Nor would I ever shoot anybody over nothing. Nothing. Except my own life. Because I even told the officer when he pulled up that he pulled something out, he pulled the gun out on me. I kicked it. It's gone. I'm in handcuffs. I get in the back of a car and nobody talks to me. I kept asking the officer, why don't somebody go after the black truck? 45 minutes I was in the back of a car and nobody. He could have been gone by then. He was gone. Anything that I was gone because nobody would talk to me. Everybody went and talked to the girl on the side of the road for an hour, but I sit in the back of a cop car. I know I'm the one that did this, but, I mean, please, I didn't just do this to her. I swear to God.
So you said you had already called law enforcement?
I called law enforcement earlier.
Okay.
And
they told you what did they tell you?
I never talked to them. I guess you guys never called me back. I made the call into you guys way earlier when I was at the baby shower. So, way earlier.
Okay.
Sorry, asking you guys to follow my husband. So I'm trying to follow all the steps so nothing happens.
And you told me before that every time you've called, the sheriff's office has followed up and they've come out and helped you.
Well, yeah, you guys have, or if you didn't call me back, you guys were right there. That's why I would have called if it was Michael Beach.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If the sheriff's office has consistently been prompt when you call him about this situation, why would you feel the need to pull over and go back and check and see? And
just ask him what his name is, because I'm not making a mistake, and you guys having helicopters and this people and that people.
But you just said he pulled a gun on you a couple of days ago. If it's the same person that you think it is,
right.
Why would you go confront someone like that again that already pulled a gun on you once?
Because I wasn't positive, and I figured I'm in a car and she would have took off.
But even if you're not positive, if you're just a little, obviously you thought it would have been him because you went out of your way to rack around in your gun and get your gun ready. Why even put yourself in that position? It doesn't, it's not,
The only reason that I did it is because I feel like in my heart I've sent you guys on a wild goose chase.
but that's our job.
I know, and all I did was just want to know his name, know it was him, and I would have turned around and called you,
But
like
you
I
had-
do every time.
But you had already called us.
That was
And there was
earlier.
already a plan in motion. And not for nothing, but a deputy had already stopped out with him. He just hadn't had a chance to call you all and relay it to you, because he literally was just there. So again,
He was with,
the sheriff's office, you know, the deputies have been prompt in helping you, so why go out of your way to pull over and backtrack and go confront someone? I say, go ask someone their name that you already know has pulled a gun, that you, if it's the same person you believe, has already pulled a gun on you once.
okay, because when I was talking to my husband did tell me that Brown was out there and, way down the road, and there was nobody apparently walking, is what he told me on the phone. And when I said, well, there's somebody walking now, I said, I'm gonna turn around and ask him his name. And I was talking to my husband on the phone. So my husband didn't say I was talking to him on the phone either, and he didn't tell me Brown was already out there once and didn't see anybody, is what he told me. And then I said, well, somebody's walking now. Is exactly what he told me. So that's why I got in with Christian, turned around, and asked him, and he did come at me. Did they search him and everything else already?
Yeah.
Well,
And there's no gun.
there was no gun beforehand when they were already with those people. Is that what you're telling me?
There was no gun.
There was a gun.
The only gun there was yours.
No, there was a gun. He pulled a gun on me. I kicked it out of the way. So I kicked an imaginary gun towards the road.
Do you know who the guy was?
All I know, he came at me, Mike. Why?
What do you think Mike's gonna say?
I hope I didn't. Didn't hurt him.
What do you think he's gonna say?
I hope he forgives me. Because he came at me with Mike, why, and a gun. I'm telling you, I'm not imagining it.
I don't think this Mike had a gun. I think the last Mike had a gun from 3 nights ago. But I don't think this Mike had a gun.
Then can you tell me what I kicked away? If I'm just imagining
I
things.
don't know.
I literally did everything I was supposed to. Kicked the gun away from him because I was afraid, because I don't know where I hit him. I didn't even know I really did hit him. At first, I had no idea. And I got out of the car, I walked up, I kicked it away from him, but I'm imagining all of this. I stayed, I waited, I didn't leave like a vigilante would have left.
No, and I don't think you're a vigilante. I think you're a genuine person who made a mistake. You know, we all do things that we may regret down the road, but you know, the important thing in the end is the important thing is owning up to our mistakes.
I did not make a mistake.
But do you see it from my perspective?
I do, because
Nothing lines up to what you're telling me.
There's not a piece of nothing that's worth this mistake ever. Nothing but my life. So what do? I know what I've seen. I know what I did. I don't. There ain't nothing in this world worth just being a vigilante type person and just shooting people for no reason.
I don't think you're that person. Were you trying to scare him?
No, I didn't just walk up and pull a gun on him.
I mean, if it's the Michael who just, it's the guy who, in your mind, it's the guy who just pulled a gun on you 3 days ago.
I'm still not just gonna walk up and pull a gun on somebody for no reason.
He just pulled a gun on you 3 days ago.
I figure I'm in a car, I could get away if some idiot would listen. I mean, I'm in a vehicle. I mean, I didn't think I was in that much danger if people would listen, but apparently nobody listens. I guess I didn't say go either, did I? No, huh?
No.
Okay, what did I do then? I mean, she has it all 100. She was right there. What is it that I did?
You shot him.
Well, how'd I know?
But I think you shot the wrong person.
I didn't mean to shoot anybody, sir. Anybody.
I think you did.
No, sir. I did not.
You meant to shoot the person who pulled a gun on you.
No.
And threatened your life 3 days prior.
No. No, sir. No, sir. That was not my intention. Not at all.
And he pointed a gun at you and your husband.
So what?
And he took everything
You guys
from
were
you.
there. So what? That was never my intention. Never. Never, never, never. I've got everything in the world. I just moved into a new home. I got a brand new grandbaby coming. I would never just, hey, I'm going to pull up somebody and shoot them. Never. For nothing. Nothing. I've got too much. Nothing to watch it all go down the drain for some scumbag that wants to steal personal possessions. That I promise and everything. I did not just do that. There ain't no personal possession in this world worth just shooting somebody. I think I know the consequences of just shooting somebody.
I think you knew the consequences of going over there when you knew you had already called us.
But I was told
you knew.
that nobody was around.
I think you knew when you loaded your gun and purposely drove back that you should have just kept going.
All I wanted to know was his name because I was told nobody was there. That's all I was going for. The only reason. But then I would have had my gun pulled when I pulled up. I mean, if that was my whole object of everything, but I didn't. It was in my freaking purse, in the holster. I didn't just, if that was my objective, wouldn't I have just, hey, pulled up with my gun out, shot him, and hauled ass?
No, because you didn't know who he was at first.
But, do you see what I'm saying?
But then he told you his name was Michael. He looked like Michael from a from where you were. You thought it was him,
pretty close to me. I seen it all.
and you were fairly certain that that was him.
No, I was
The
really
Michael
certain
Beach.
I seen a gun. I didn't know no Michael Beach, no nothing. That's the only reason that what happened, only. Because I would have turned around and called you guys and sent you right back to the same spot. That is, I've done it anytime I hear anything, anything.
Oh, and that's part of why I don't understand why you
Because
did what you did tonight.
I just went to ask the man his freaking name so I didn't send y'all back.
A guy
Father,
that
another,
potentially had pulled a gun on you 3 days prior. Why would you put yourself in danger like that when you already called us anyway?
what if it was just anybody? What if it was Joe, Bob?
But in this case, it wasn't any situation, obviously. We've now, we're down a road now that isn't just any normal old situation, so.
You're right. Because I seen what I seen, but nobody, for some reason, seen nothing. Well, I know Kristen couldn't have seen no black truck because she completely, when I got out of that car, completely left, went on the other side of the road. My daughter pulled up, I don't know how soon after that, well, because I'm telling her to call 911. She was not there. I'm telling you what happened. I did not just go to hurt anybody.
You got enough water there still? We're gonna step out and review overs and stuff, okay? Be right back, all right?
I think I'm fucking nuts. I am not that person. What would I ever do to hurt somebody? I would never. Not me. Please fucking believe me, that is not me. I would never do that. God, and please understand. Nothing is worth fucking a life for or anything. Nothing I own. Why would I just walk up to scare somebody? No fucking way. And I would never hurt somebody.
All right, Jennifer. Couple questions for you, okay? Three nights prior, you mentioned this incident with Michael,
From Michael Beach.
and he pulled a gun on you. Where was your gun then?
Mike, I didn't have my gun.
You didn't have your
No.
gun?
I only started taking it everywhere I went, because my husband said he hasn't been caught. And what if he sees me and tries to retaliate on me?
So when did you start carrying it with you everywhere?
Everywhere, probably right after that happened.
Okay.
Only because I had just in my car, in case if he sees me in public, tries to retaliate on me because you guys haven't caught him yet.
Where did you have it today before you put it in your purse?
It was in my daughter's glove compartment.
Okay.
I always put it away, so it's always, I was told it had to be a maximum of 3 steps. And I didn't leave it in my daughter's car this time because she's under the age of 21. And I didn't want her to have to get pulled over with it. So I put it in my purse because we were almost home.
So listen.
That's the only reason.
So, you know, we've been through the story. We've been through, you know, everything that everyone's told me. And we're at a point where the version of events that you're providing is not making sense. And it's not adding up to what everything else shows. And so here's what I think. Okay. I think you made a mistake. I think you went there looking for Michael Beach. And when you found a Michael, you shot an innocent man, an unarmed man who wasn't holding a gun. He was holding a flashlight. And you now feel sorry for what you've done because of the situation that you're in now. But what you need to do is you need to come to terms with the reality of everything, okay? Because everything that's adding up, that's showing that your story is not making sense to everything else, here's what's going to happen. A jury is going to see this. A jury, we can tell you from experience, a jury does not buy these stories. They do not buy into this. But what a jury does like, and what they do look into, is someone who actually shows remorse for making a mistake, for doing the wrong thing. So whatever you have got in your head,
no, I'm very remorseful.
Whatever you have gotten construed in your head, that whatever you've seen, it wasn't there.
Okay.
You did the wrong thing.
I'm very, very, very remorseful. Do you think I ever wanted to shoot an innocent man?
I don't think you did, but on this occasion you did, because you found a man named Michael whom you've already had an incident with prior to, and when you found him, maybe you were helping us. Maybe you were trying to help us. Maybe you were trying to hold him there or get him in place, you know, for law enforcement to come and take care of things, but it didn't work out.
Why would I just shoot him then if he didn't have a gun pointed at me? I'm just not going to shoot an innocent man. Any innocent man.
You made a mistake. In this case, you shot a man named Michael, who you thought was Michael Beach, but it wasn't.
That I did not think it was Michael Beach.
And Michael was just a guy walking home from fishing with a flashlight in his hand, who walked up to you after you asked him what his name was.
With a gun
flashlight.
Okay, sir. I am very, very, very remorseful, but I know what I kicked away from him. I am very, very, you have no idea if I made a mistake with it wasn't having to do with this Michael, that Michael, any Michael.
But it's not making sense.
What's not making sense?
Your statement to all the other statements and to the evidence. What incentive would Kirsten have to lie to us? She's a family friend of yours, is she not?
She's my daughter's friend.
Why would she lie for some stranger who she's never met before?
What did she lie that she didn't see a gun on the ground? Because she didn't, because she left me.
The story she's providing is not lining up with the story that you're providing. And the story you're providing is not lining up with the other statements given by the other people there. In fact, everyone's story lines up and makes sense except for yours. And so what a jury's going to see is they're going to see that everything matches except for your statement. And they're not going to buy into it. They never do.
I mean, I don't know. That's what happened. I don't know what else to tell you.
At what point did you realize that you shot an innocent man?
I never...
At what point?
What do you mean? I never shot.
At what point did you realize that there was no gun?
When you just told me, you're telling me there's no gun, but I know I kicked it. Would I kick a flashlight and she said, get it out of here, when whoever it was came and said what happened? Get it and go. Get it and go.
We see a lot of people come and go in this room here with us. And people can trick their minds into thinking some crazy things. When self-preservation kicks in, our minds can make us believe whatever we want.
So you're telling me I think a black flashlight was a gun and I kicked that and I watched a man say get it, or her say get it and go? All that in my mind just tripped.
I think you might have filled in some of the blanks there with some extra bits and pieces.
Sir, did I mean this
But
to happen?
I don't think you did mean for it to happen the way that it happened.
I didn't mean for any of it. I didn't walk up with my gun drawn like a vigilante. I didn't do any of that.
We have the flashlight that he was holding. It was on, laying right next to him, next to all of his stuff.
Okay. There was a flashlight in his other hand. There was a flashlight. That's how I seen them. Was it with a flashlight?
Okay.
So I know there was a flashlight.
Okay.
Because there was when I came back, that's how I spotted them, was a flashlight. So I know he didn't point a flashlight at me.
At what point did you decide that you were going to shoot him?
When he came at me with a gun.
And he didn't have a gun.
Okay, so when he came at me with...
to him having a gun.
Because the dude who walked up to ask what was going on, she must have known or had to known, but I guess this I'm imagining too. So you're telling me, said get it and go, he left and drove off. I kept saying from the jump...
What was he actually holding?
A black gun. It was about this big. Because I kicked it, had a barrel about this wide. It wasn't a revolver, it was a handgun. Not my handgun, because that was laid down there. I kicked a black handgun.
You didn't.
Okay. I'm sorry.
There was no gun found. There was a flashlight found about the same exact size that you just pointed out.
No,
and I get it.
Excuse me.
I get it. You shot an innocent man who had a flashlight that maybe for a split second you thought was a gun and you thought you were doing the right thing.
I was in fear for my life. Flashlight. Sorry. No, I know what it means. I wouldn't just pull my gun for a flashlight. At all. I've been taught better than that.
We all are taught things, but you never know how you're going to react until you're in a situation. And in this case, I don't think it was the best situation for you, but to sit here and not be completely honest about it, it's going to hurt you in the long run. And I don't want to see this hurt you any more than it already has.
Sir, I'm not trying to hurt myself. God, no, I'm not trying to hurt myself at all. I'm being completely honest with you. I have never lied to a law enforcement officer in my life. I am telling you exactly what I seen and I did. I am not lying to you for nothing. I just don't know why she's saying, I didn't say gun. He had a gun, he had a gun. Or my daughter, because I walked right up to the car and so you guys found my daughter and Kristen. Where'd you find her at?
They were on scene when I got there, but I got there after everyone.
Were they?
Mm-hmm.
No, because they all left, because everybody kept asking me where they were. I was looking for them all. Everybody left me. My daughter left to go take my nephew home.
You just told me that you shot someone that came at you with a flashlight.
No, I didn't. I told you I shot someone that came at me with a gun.
You told me flashlight.
No, he had a flashlight in his other hand. So I know he had the flashlight. That I seen. That I seen when we turned around.
And I think that's all that you saw.
Sir, I knew he had the flashlight. I already knew that.
And it was dark out. And I think you're trying to construe this so that you can paint a picture to try to make yourself look better. But what you're not realizing is it's actually hurting you because there's no physical evidence and no
to tell you.
Evidence of statements on scene that's helping confirm what you're telling
Okay, what do I tell you? Because honestly, that is the truth, sir. I
just want the truth.
That is the truth. I really don't know what else to tell you. I seen a gun. I kicked the gun away from him. I don't know what else to tell you. That is my God's honest truth.
That's what you've created in your mind is the truth. You've had a lot of time to think about this. We go through this all the time. This happens. The point of us talking here is to get to the truth and to the bottom of what happened.
And I'm trying to tell you the truth.
You're not.
Yes,
You're
sir.
trying to tell me your version of the truth. But I want you to tell me the true version of the truth.
That is the true version.
Because the true version is going to be... Let me rephrase that. The version that the jury is going to see is going to be the version that the evidence
that you paint.
And the witnesses and everything else paints compared to what you said.
There was one witness.
And when your statement doesn't match up to what everything else shows,
there was one witness.
That's an issue.
One witness. And that girl on the side of the road that, of course, is going to paint whatever picture she wants to paint for her buddy.
Okay, but how come her painted picture matches the picture of the statement of the person that was in the car with you? Why do their stories match? If they've never met each other and this person on the side of the road is going to help out her buddy, why is Kirsten, why is her story matching hers and not yours? She has no incentive to lie for them.
Because I know she heard me say there was a gun. I know she did because I said it. I know she'd heard me. Everybody left me. Nobody was on scene. I'm telling you.
I mean, this is where we're at. This is your chance.
To tell you what?
To be honest, to tell me the truth of what happened.
That is, sir, the God's honest truth. I'm not making this up. I promise I'm not just going to mistakenly just shoot anybody that comes at me.
But in your mind, it was Michael Beach that was coming at you.
No, it was not.
It was.
No, sir, it
Why did you
wasn't.
confront him in the first place?
I came to ask him his name.
Because you thought it was Michael Beach. Because you all got a tip earlier in the day that Michael Beach was walking down the road.
Right, and then Corey already told me that it wasn't Michael Beach.
Then
And
why
that-
did you,
no.
then why did you confront this man if you said that it wasn't him?
Because what I was told, I'd already said what I was told, that there was nobody on the side of the
You
road.
just said that it wasn't Michael Beach.
Right, because it was nobody. I told you that earlier, that
You-
they didn't
before
find
you said
anybody.
they didn't find anyone. Now
Right.
you're saying it wasn't Michael Beach,
That's
and
what
now
I'm
you're
trying-
saying it was
telling you.
nobody. You're not.
Sir, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, because I was already told there was no Michael Beach. Is that better? So I'm missing out a word. There was nobody, no Michael Beach is what Corey told me, that there was nobody on the side of the road. Because apparently he was already talking to Brown up at the store. And Brown already told him that they didn't find anybody. So I said, okay, well, I just passed somebody. I'm going to go ask him his name, and then we can call and they could come back down here. So tell me that didn't happen either, too, right?
Not exactly as you're painting it.
That he wasn't talking to Brown.
He was talking to Brown.
And Brown already told him they didn't find anybody.
No, Brown told him they didn't find Michael Beach.
Well, apparently Corey told me Brown said they didn't find anybody. That they had the helicopters up and everything, and they didn't find anybody. Is exactly what my husband told me. They found nobody, so I just found somebody
So
walking.
even so, why wouldn't you recall us again and have us go to
Because I
them?
just wanted to see if it was Michael, whoever, and I would have hauled ass left,
So
went
you
right
wanted
to where
to
my
go-
husband,
You wanted to go out of your way
and not shoot a
to
single
confront
soul.
someone who
'Cause I
previously
saw I was in a
threatened
car.
you with a gun.
Right, because I was in
You
a
then
car.
go out of your way to pull over, get in a different car to put your daughter's lives in less risk, and you put them in a separate car. You go with a third party, Kirsten. You then chamber around in your gun as you described, and then you go talk to this person to ask them their name. When all you could have done was undo all of that and keep driving and call us again.
I could have, but every time I send you guys, you guys can never find anybody. So I was just calling to see if his name, see if it was Michael, whoever, and I was leaving. That, I
There's
swear
a
to you, I'm in a
reason we
car.
do what we do. There's a reason that the deputies in the uniforms, they go around and they do all this so that these types of things don't happen.
And they
They
can
risk
do it.
their lives so that people like you don't have to be put in situations like this.
Right. You were so 100% right. And
So
All I
why
was
go
doing-
through all of that?
because what if it wasn't Mike? What if I knew the person? I could have gave him a ride home.
But you went there because you thought it was Michael
I
Beach.
did not think
Then
it
why
was
did you
any
load your gun?
specific- Just in case, because I already had something happen to me once. Just in case, that was it.
So why go confront anyone? If you had your life threatened 3 days ago,
Because
why
I'm-
go giving strangers a ride or
It's
asking
not
people
stranger
names?
because I've been in that forest for 42 years. I know everybody. No, I didn't know Michael Beach. But I
You didn't
grew
know
up,
the person you shot today.
if I knew his last name, I might. I know
Did you
everybody.
recognize him?
I didn't recognize he had that thing on his head and he was walking towards me with a gun. Mike White, that's all I know is his name's Mike. And he was smaller than Michael Beach, so I wouldn't shoot an innocent person. So I knew he wasn't Michael Beach to begin with, because he was smaller.
How smaller?
This guy was quite a bit shorter than Michael Beach,
How much shorter?
sir.
Like a couple inches?
Considerably a little bit noticeably shorter than Michael Beach.
So you were able to tell,
I was right next to him. I knew he didn't even have the same stature as Michael Beach. Michael Beach is a big guy. This dude was not a big guy.
Wouldn't you have known that when you passed him on the road?
Well, no, we were going pretty fast
Hmm.
when I passed him on the road, and it is pretty dark. But when I got up, I knew he was smaller than Michael Beach. I said, "Hey, what is your name?"
so if it wasn't him, why not just keep driving?
I'm sorry, what do you mean if it wasn't him?
If you knew from looking at him that stature and size, it wasn't
Well, yeah,
him, why
because I
not just
didn't
keep
go
driving?
specifically looking for any one person.
You did.
No, sir, I
Yes, you
didn't.
did.
No, sir, I didn't.
You went looking for Michael Beach,
I,
and you shot a man you came across by the name of Michael, who was simply coming back from fishing holding a flashlight in his hand with no gun.
that is not,
That's exactly what happened.
okay,
And now you're here trying to make sense of it all, as are we. But this story that you're portraying for us, it's not fitting. It's not helping.
I don't know what else to tell you, sir. I did it. I seen it. I kept asking the officer when he came to the car one time, he totally ignored me. Will somebody please go out and look for the black truck from the get-go?
There's no black truck.
Okay.
There's no gun.
Okay. I didn't kick a gun from that man's hand.
You didn't.
Okay. I'm not that retarded. I know what a gun looks like.
I think you do too. And I think you realize that there wasn't one. But it was too late. And now you realize that what you did is wrong. And that's okay. And that's okay. But be honest about it. Show true 100% remorse for Michael, the Michael that you shot, who's in the hospital right now. Show remorse for him.
I am very remorseful.
Show remorse for him and tell us the truth.
That is the truth. Everything I'm telling you is the truth.
There was no gun. There was no black truck. You're construing the story in your mind to help yourself deal with it better. But the only way that you're going to be able to deal with it is to just be honest. 100%.
I am with you. I'm trying to be honest.
Do it. If you're not going to do it for us, do it for the guy that you shot who's in the hospital right now.
I feel completely bad. I hope and pray he's okay. I pray to God this man's okay. I am 100% remorseful for that. I would never hurt anybody, ever, in my life.
Then why carry a loaded gun?
To ask someone their name.
Wait, well, let me see, it was one of your deputies said it's better to be it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Everybody does it nowadays. They're loaded. It's always loaded in my car.
But why go out of your way to ask someone their name when you even the slightest bit think it could be someone who just 3 days prior pulled a gun on you?
Okay,
why do that?
Yeah, you're right. That does make sense. Why'd I do that? But I just met a girl the other day a girl named Mackenzie, that looked like that girl walking with the long hair. Did I honestly think I'm going after Michael Beach? No. I did not purposely intend to go after Michael Beach. No, I'm not going to put myself purposely in that position.
You've been looking for Michael Beach for the last 2 weeks, or ever since you found out he was involved in this burglary.
My husband has been looking for Michael Beach, not Jennifer.
And you have been invested in it because you guys are married. You saw how bad this incident has been on him, how much it tore him up, all the belongings he lost.
And I've been
calling
you guys. every step of everything that I find
Then
out.
why not call us today?
I did.
Why not follow up? Why go out of your way to turn around and go back?
Just to see if it was him, and I was gonna go
And
meet my husband.
Confront someone in the dark that you've potentially A, never met before, or B, and B, you think could be this guy who pulled a gun on you.
That's not why I went back.
But it is.
Not to shoot anybody. That is not why I went
So
back.
what did you go back there for? Did you go to try to arrest him?
No,
like,
I
were
went.
you trying to get him to stop and wait for law enforcement to come?
No, I
Were you
wasn't.
trying to
I
scare
didn't need none. I didn't have my gun pulled until he started walking towards me with a gun.
After you called for him to ask him his name, that's when he walked towards you.
Yeah, but did he have to pull a gun? My name's Mike.
He didn't pull a gun.
Or what you
There
tell me
was
is a
no
flashlight? Okay, I guess I kicked the imaginable gun on the side of the road when somebody, maybe they didn't get out of what you're telling me, no black truck, but I'm telling you they did. And she said, get it and go. I'm not.
There's nothing to show that that happened.
How is there nothing to show? Nobody was there but a bunch of strangers that freaking left because I tried waving down people.
There's nothing there. These aspects of your version of events that happened, these certain aspects that we keep talking about, there's nothing to prove that any of that happened. But everything else that we've been going over and that I've been trying to get to the bottom of and to the truth of what happened, that's all it's all repeated over and over and over again. That all verifies itself over and over and over again. Your story is not verifying with anything else.
What you're trying to tell me my story is I went to be a vigilante.
I didn't say you were going to be a vigilante.
Basically going to shoot somebody is, to me, being a vigilante.
I think you were going to confront someone who you thought was Michael Beach.
I was going to ask
and you went to confront him, and you had your gun ready because you knew it could be a bad situation.
My gun was holstered
and when he approached you with a flashlight in his hand, you panicked and you shot him. That's what I'm saying happened, because that's what the evidence shows, and that's what the statements show of everyone that was there.
So the only one that was there was
you panicked.
The girl.
You made a mistake.
Okay.
It's not, I mean...
Did I panic? Yeah, because he was coming at me with a gun.
In essence, it's not a,
Did I make a mistake for shooting him? Yes, because he was coming at me with a gun. I mean, that is, to me, a mistake. I mean, how do I put that? I was in fear for my life. Did I ever mean to hurt anybody? Never. Never would I ever want to hurt anybody.
You said earlier that you hope that he forgives you. Why would you say that if he was coming at you with a gun?
Because I never would mean to hurt anybody.
So if he's coming at you with a gun, as you say...
Well, you asked me what I would hope he thinks. I would hope he would forgive me if you're telling me that he's coming at me with a flashlight. I know I kicked the gun off the side of the road. I mean, I never, ever, ever would want to hurt anybody. Not even Michael Beach, that my husband could have shot right there on the side of the road that day. Because my husband, it does have a concealed weapons, and my husband was carrying. So if we really wanted him gone, he could have shot him right then while we were calling, while we had you on the phone, while he had a gun on us. So I'm not just going out to just hurt anybody, because he could have been shot right then when he had the gun on us the first time. And we called you guys to come get him.
And we didn't.
And I'm sorry.
And he got away.
Okay. But I'm saying if
so
we're
you
just
didn't
going...
want him to get away a second time. Is that what it is?
No, because why wouldn't we shot him the first time?
because you called us and you wanted us to catch him, but were you disappointed that we didn't catch him?
No, I'm never disappointed in nothing y'all do. Ever. Nothing. There's nothing you guys could do that ever disappoint me when it comes to my law enforcement officers. Never. I don't care if you never caught him. So no, I'd be never disappointed. Do I want my things back? Of course. But nothing. Nothing. No. But that's what I mean, if I so wanted him gone, he had a gun on me the first time, my husband could have shot him. The guy in the truck could have shot him.
But your husband had a gun, you didn't. Would things have been different if you had a gun the last time?
What, when he pulled a gun on us?
Mm-hmm.
No, my husband had a gun.
But what I'm saying, if you had a gun, would things have been different?
That he pulled a gun on me? I don't know. Probably. Oh, no, I don't know, because my husband carries. So I
know your
didn't have
husband
any.
carries, but what if your husband didn't have his gun and you had a gun that day?
Well, then my husband would have had my gun.
What if your husband didn't have a gun at all?
Oh, and I just
you
said
had a
mine.
gun?
That would never happen like that. When we're together, it don't happen like that. I see what you're saying, but it
Kind of avoiding the question.
I do. I mean, you mean would I just have shot him if I had the gun and not Corey? No.
Yeah.
No. I'm not. I don't do that. I did it once. I was scared to death the first time. A guy pulled a gun on me the second time, and it just keeps playing through my mind. What if he shot me? What if he shot me? What if I got shot the first time? What if I get shot the second time? I got a grandbaby coming. I was in fear for my life. I don't know what else to say. I really don't.
Maybe you were, but I don't think there was a gun this time. I think the first incident was playing through your head over and over and over again, and it created a sense of you being more heightenedly aware than you normally are, and it created you to misconstrue the situation you were in this time. That's what happened.
Sir, I'm telling you.
He didn't have a gun.
Sir,
There's nothing to suggest that he had a gun there.
what do you mean there's nothing to suggest?
There's
I
no
don't
gun
understand.
found.
Because I'm telling you, I watched her tell somebody to get it and go. Because she didn't tell you that it didn't happen.
No one else talked about it. No one talked about a black truck driving by or speeding away or picking anything up.
Sir, I seen a black truck stopped. There was a bunch of trucks stopped. I'm saying the black truck. I watched the man get up. I've said it from the second it happened, and he put me in the back of a car. Please, somebody go after the black truck.
Why would they do all this?
Why would they do all that?
Why would they go out of their way to get the gun and go? Have you ever met any of these people before? You've never met any of these people.
I don't know. I don't know. It happened so fast. I don't know if I know Mike. I see the gun. My name is Mike. Why?
Why would these people, as you're describing, why would these people set you up?
What do you mean set me up?
Why would they contaminate a crime scene and some random guy in a truck take a gun and drive away with it?
Probably because she knew him.
So this was all planned?
No.
So the timing of them walking down the road, you driving by, turning around, is all timed within minutes to then have this black truck drive up, take away this gun that was placed, and then speed off and no one ever see it. That was all planned.
Who didn't see it? Who was there? Everybody left me.
No one saw it.
Because everybody left me. My daughter pulled up, called 911, and then she left before cops or anybody got there. Tell me that didn't happen too. That I'm misconstruing. Kristen left with her. I'm misconstruing all of that, right, sir?
But why
And
would
I don't
those...
mean to get loud.
It's okay,
I'm sorry.
but I'm trying to understand, why would these people then feel the need to set you up and make you out to be this bad person?
Who's making me out to be this bad
This
person?
girl, this girl that was walking on the side of the road with this guy. Why would she and whoever the driver of this black truck was, why would they set you up to erase a key piece of evidence in this case?
Well, really? Because they're with the guy. Or, well, how do we know that the guy wasn't coming to pick them up walking off the side of the road and just happened to show up? I don't know. And then she said, get it and go. How do I know they weren't picking them up as they were walking? Of course she's not going to tell you everything. I mean, I don't know what to say about her.
So she's not going to tell me everything, but you are?
I get what you're saying. But I understand completely what you're saying. And I know you're doing your job, and I completely understand it. But I don't know what else to tell you. I don't. Of course she's not going to say her friend pulled a gun. Do you really think, I mean...
Tell me what you saw. Tell me what you saw when he pulled this gun.
What do you mean, as far as...
I want you to tell me, when you pulled up, I want you to tell me exactly what happened.
When I pulled up, I said, hey, sir, what's your name?
And how was he standing? Where was he standing? How far was he from your vehicle?
How do I don't know how to explain that to you as far as, okay, far, like in the room lights, my car was on the road. He was in the ditch farther than that.
15 feet? 20 feet? 25 feet?
15, 20 feet away from me, I'm assuming.
Okay. So he wasn't close to you when you pulled up?
No, and then he was walking towards me, and then he was probably from me to you away from me, and I know I seen a gun.
Okay, hold on. Back up. Tell me what happened. Tell me the story again.
The man was walking. I seen the flashlight. That's how I seen he was on the side of the road.
Okay.
So, I was talking to my husband on the phone. I turned around. When I got there, he was about maybe 15, 20 feet away from me. And I asked him what his name was. He said Mike. Why? Had the gun.
Okay. And when
by the time I shot, he was from me to you, if not closer.
How many times did you ask him what his name was? Just once?
Yeah, I heard what he said once. Mike, why?
Okay. And so as he approached the vehicle, what did he do with this gun that you saw?
He had it out. He said, Mike, why? What does it matter? Well, he said, Mike, why? What is it? That's his exact words to me.
Okay, so he was pointing the alleged gun at you?
He was, yeah, it was like this. Mike, why? Not like he wasn't like this, no.
Okay, so you're saying he had an alleged gun pointed at you, but closer to him is what you're saying?
Like this. Yeah, Mike, why? What does it matter?
Okay.
Just like this.
Okay.
And he was probably from me to you.
Okay, so if that were the case, and when he said why, you say, oh, I thought you were somebody else, and you could have just drove off.
Because he had a gun pointed at me.
But he asked you why. Okay, you ask him why, right? He asked you why. So at that point, if you say something else to him of, oh, I thought you were somebody else, if you were scared and panicked like you said,
because
your
I wasn't
reaction.
The driver.
Right, I understand that, which makes even more sense, right? So you panic because you say that he has a gun pointed at you, but he asked you why. He didn't say, well, I'm going to shoot you, I'm going to kill you. What was your point?
Say that. Because I seen the gun and I got scared to death again that I was going to get shot this time.
Okay.
I didn't know who it was. I didn't know.
Where did he have the flashlight?
He had the flashlight. He had the flashlight when I was coming back in this hand. This hand.
Mhm.
And the gun was in this hand. It was in his left hand.
The flashlight was in
The
his left hand?
flashlight.
Okay.
It was in his left hand. I mean, I don't know what else really you want me to tell you. I'm telling you everything that happened. You're telling me, no, you talked to all these people and that they were unseen. Nobody was unseen except for my husband. Everybody left me. And I know you didn't find them because you don't know where to find my daughter at. And they're all together. So
You don't think we talked to your daughter?
you might have talked to my daughter. I don't know how, but you might have. She might have came back looking for me. But
Talked to everyone.
she wasn't there. My daughter was not there.
She was there when you guys pulled over. She followed you back around when you guys turned back around to go find him.
No, she pulled up way after. Not way after, but she pulled up after everything. Because her car wouldn't start on the side of the road.
But she still saw enough, the parts of what she saw.
My daughter seen what?
She seen what happened.
No, she didn't. That I know you're bluffing me.
She's seen what happened, and what I mean by that is she's seen what happened leading up to it, and she's seen what happened when she got her car restarted
Oh, and
and
turned
spun back around. Yep.
One told her he had a gun on me, call 911.
And her story, combined with Kirsten's story, combined with the other woman's story who you've never met before,
I don't know.
okay? It all makes sense, except for your statement.
I don't know what you want me to say, sir. I don't. I know what I seen.
I just want you to tell me the truth, the complete truth.
I am. I'm telling you the complete truth. That is the complete truth. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Honestly, I'm not me. I know you guys got videos in that car. I've been asking and asking from the time the man put me in the back of the car to get the black truck. Or get the truck. The guy stopped. The guy stopped. She said, get it out of there. Get it and go. Sorry, get it and go. I better get all my words right. Get it and go.
Did you actually see what he took?
The gun is gone.
Did you see him pick it up?
Yeah, get it and go. I never took my eyes off, and then when you guys, but I was at the car. I have no idea. That I have no idea. I'm assuming they got out of the block. There were so many cars. Sir pulled over on the side of the road. I think I waved down everybody and their brother trying to get 911 to come. Because my daughter only had a tablet. My services weren't working. And I finally,
So
this guy.
you're assuming it was the black truck, you're saying?
I'm assuming it was the black truck the guy got out of, yes. There were so many cars everywhere.
Could it have been a different car?
Could have been. I'm assuming the black truck, though. I really am.
What makes you assume the black truck if there was a bunch of other cars around?
Because the black truck, the other cars were on this side of the road. The black truck was more in, I'm sorry, my east and west, or my north and south. The black truck was coming this way, but in the lane going that way. You understand what I'm trying to say?
So go in the opposite direction of
No, he
lane
was,
of travel. So like,
yes. He was going towards, say, Bellevue.
mhm.
No, his truck was parked in the lane, say, going towards Bellevue. He was headed towards Winn-Dixie. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
He,
He was in the wrong lane heading towards Winn-Dixie.
yes, because that's why I'm assuming it was the black truck. That's the only one that pulled over that close.
Did you see who got out of it?
It was a white male. And she said, get it and go. Get it and go. And then when I got back, you guys are telling me there was no gun.
There wasn't.
There wasn't a gun that you found.
Did you see him take the gun?
Yes. What does get it and go mean? He didn't take the
Well,
flashlight.
just because he said get it and go doesn't mean he took a gun.
If you're telling me the gun wasn't there on scene, then yeah. She said, get it and go. I'll put that on everything. That I seen, I heard. You're telling me the gun wasn't there. I didn't go back and search for the gun. I stayed away. I didn't even know that where I shot the man or anything until your deputy pulled up. I wasn't going back over there. And when I seen him pull up, I walked over, put my gun on the ground, and walked over to your deputy. That's exactly what I did, because I didn't want anything. I would have left if I made a mistake, and I knew I made a mistake. You didn't know who I was. Nobody knew who I was.
No, just met you tonight.
But you see what I'm saying? If I did this on purpose, I would have left.
Not necessarily.
I think I'm going to put myself in this position on purpose.
And you didn't necessarily do it on purpose in a sense that I'm not calling you a cold-blooded murderer. I'm not saying that you are, shooting this man with the intention of murdering him. Does that make sense? I'm saying that you had incidents leading up to this. It caused you to change in your mind, because whether we as human beings admit it or not, things that happen to us change who we are. They change us. And so these incidents, especially the one 3 nights prior where you had the gun pulled on you, that changed your mental state of mind.
That did.
And that made you react differently tonight, to where you made a mistake. You shot him, and afterwards you realized he didn't have a gun.
No, I realized the whole time he had a gun.
He didn't. There was no gun found.
That's right, because I watched the man come up and her say, get it and go, get it and go. That's why you didn't find the gun. Did he pick up the flashlight?
I don't know what he picked up.
No.
He could have picked up drugs. He could have picked up money. He could have picked up anything.
I see your point. I see your point, but I'm telling you what he picked up. Because I kicked it out of his hand. Because I was afraid he could get up and use it.
You just told me that after you shot him, you went and stayed way over there so that you wouldn't go near him
I
until the
told you
deputy
in
got
the
there.
beginning that when I got out of the car, that I got out, kicked it out of his hand away from him. Did I not? Yes, I did.
And then you told me that you
Then I
waited.
stayed away, but I wasn't. I was like from here to there. I mean, I could see everything, but I stayed away, and because I didn't take my eyes off nothing until the deputy pulled up. And I walked over and I put my gun on the ground, told the deputy I put my gun over there. I got in handcuffs, put in the back of a car. Nobody talked to me. Nobody told me. I couldn't even tell anybody that a guy just stopped and picked the gun up and left. Maybe you guys would have found him if I didn't get right in handcuffs and somebody would have asked me anything. But no, they go and talk to the girl on the side of the road.
We're talking to you now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that
She says there was no gun.
I'm telling you that your story doesn't match anything else in the case. Your version of events do not match anything else in the case.
I don't know what to tell you, sir. I really don't. I'm telling you the truth. I don't know what else to tell you. I didn't go just to shoot somebody. I didn't go to hold anybody at gunpoint till you guys got there. Because if I would have held him at gunpoint, he would have been held at gunpoint till you got there. I mean, none of that was in my head. I went to ask him the name. I was going back to meet my husband at the Winn-Dixie, and then we would have called the law. Simple. Just like any other time.
Why not call us to begin with? When you already called us once, call us again.
We did. It wasn't that far of time from apparently you guys doing all this and not finding anybody. I told you, Deputy Brown was down there with my husband, talking to my husband, saying they didn't find anybody and nobody was walking on the side of the road. And I'm telling you now that when I passed coming back from my daughter's baby shower, somebody was walking on the side of the road. Let me go back, and my whole thing was just to literally drive past them and see if I could see it was Michael Beach. Well, I couldn't see that far. I couldn't see. So I stopped and said, "Hey, what's your name?" And Mike, well, I would take his gun out and starts walking towards me. So, I don't know what else to tell you, sir. I mean, I don't. Am I remorseful? More than you'll ever know. Did I want any of this to happen? No. No.
I don't think you wanted to be in this situation, but
I didn't want to be in fear for my life again. Again. I just couldn't do it again. I was scared to death this time, and I just left my kid's baby shower. I couldn't got
you
shot.
went out of your way to keep your kids safe. You switched cars to keep your kids safe.
Well, I had my nephew in the back.
I know, and you went out of your way to keep them safe, and you went in the other car.
Well, it wasn't to put anybody in danger.
And you went to confront this person, and you said it yourself, you were already on edge from the first time.
Well, my
You
senses
didn't wanna-
were heightened.
You didn't want to
like you said.
be in fear for your life a second time.
Well, he had a gun on me. Excuse me, I do have some kind of... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. No, I know that's the picture you're trying to paint, but that's not how it happened.
It's not me painting anything, it's me telling you what everything,
What the
Looks
one
like.
girl told you.
more than just her.
Whoever else was
That's
there.
what everything shows us so far.
That's what everything
So, this
shows
is
you,
your
because
chance.
you didn't find a gun, I'm sorry.
This is your chance to tell us the truth before it's too late and you can't, if that makes sense.
It doesn't, because I don't know what else to tell you. What is me? I'm trying to tell you my truth. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? Okay, it was a flash. Now I'm asking you. You want me to tell you this? I'm not saying I'm telling you this, because it's not what happened. that the guy had a flashlight and I accidentally shot him? Did I accidentally shoot him? Yes, but because he had a gun on me. Did I want to shoot him? No, not at all. That was not my intention to shoot him, to hurt anybody.
But if he pulled a gun on you,
I don't believe in that shoot to kill thing.
why, if he pulled a gun on you like you're saying you you're saying you still accidentally shot him, even if someone actually did pull a gun on you?
No, I accidentally shot him in the head. If I would have intentionally shot anybody, you know what I'm saying?
Where did you intend to shoot him?
I didn't point. I mean, I didn't like this, and I didn't. He had a gun coming at me, and I shot. I didn't even point it, because all I seen was the gun, and I just shot. And then I got out of the car. I kept saying he had a gun. That's why I know Kristen didn't say. I didn't say I didn't have a gun. He had a gun. Because I said it over and over. And I kicked it. But because you guys didn't find the gun.
Not that we didn't find the gun, there's no gun to find.
I guess the cops should have listened to me. And they might have found it. And that's what I've said from the beginning.
There's no gun to find, there's no truck to find.
Might not be a truck, but there's a guy to find. And her saying, get it and go. And I know it wasn't dope or drugs or dope and drugs, whatever, or money. I didn't kick a flashlight. I didn't kick drugs. I didn't specifically look down and kick it away from his hand so he didn't get up and shoot me. Because I thought I just hit him in like the shoulder or something. That's why I kicked. I tried to kick it away from him because I was afraid when I went and called the cops he was gonna get up and shoot me or she was gonna try to get it. That I'm not making up. I don't know what you want me to say, sir. Am I remorseful? Flipping out. I just fucked up my whole life because I was in fear for my life. I don't know.
What do you think he would say right now,
Who?
Michael?
He shouldn't have pulled a gun on me. That's a chance he took.
What do you think he would say right now?
I shouldn't have pulled a gun on you. I didn't know who you were either. Maybe I should have asked you, hey, why? Why are you so heightened? Him, man. Maybe that's what he would have said. Maybe he would have thought about pulling something on me. Hopefully that's what he would say.
He wouldn't.
No, I know, 'cause he didn't have a gun, you're saying.
Yeah.
So, what was it I kicked? Was it a toy gun?
I don't think he kicked anything.
I specifically got out of the car just to kick it out of his hand. You think I went over to check on him, see if he had a pulse? No, I was scared to get anywhere close to him. I specifically got out of the car to kick it out of his hand. I could have pulled up, sat in the car, waited. I mean, because they got it and left, you're telling me there was nothing there because you didn't find it. That's my fault because it's not there. What was I supposed to do, pick it up and hold it for you? Would that have been better? Probably would have been better on my part.
You know, I think the better thing to do would have been to just keep driving originally.
It would have been, you're right. That would have 100% been the better thing. That would have 100%. But like I said, I do know everybody. Most everybody. And if he would have just walked up and say, hey, it's Mike, whoever, whatever, not Mike Y with a gun pointed at me, things would have been a lot different. He probably would have had a ride home. Because I know everybody. I probably knew him.
What do you remember seeing on him? What do you remember seeing about him?
As far as what?
What was he wearing?
He was wearing, I think, a shirt that was open. He had a bag on his head, around his head. And he was wearing shorts. Almost positive he was wearing shorts. She was wearing shorts. And she had a shirt tied around her waist.
Where was the flashlight?
Flashlight was in this hand.
Where was it aimed?
Flashlight wasn't aimed nowhere. Flashlight was down. Like this. In this hand, though.
Was it on or off?
Was it on or off? It was on when I got there. Because that's how I seen him. By the flashlight. I give everybody a ride. My husband yells at me all the time for it.
Do you typically load a gun before you give them a ride?
Well, no, that was only because it was dark and I didn't know who I was. Well, you know why? Because normally my gun's loaded. Always.
You told me it wasn't.
This time it wasn't because I just had to get bullets put in the thing, in the magazine. And I didn't, matter of fact, I didn't know it was loaded because a bullet came out. I don't know. What do I do, sir? I don't know.
Well, for now, you can hang tight here, and we'll be back with you here shortly.
Am I going to jail?
I'm not sure yet.
But for what? I don't.
You shot someone.
I did, sir, but only in self-defense. That was it. I'm sorry. I asked from the beginning. I was trying to get everybody's attention. This guy, Erez, I think his name is, I'm sure these are his. I asked him when he came, will somebody please, before he gets away, go get the truck. From the beginning, please, before he goes away and he takes everything. That was from the time I got in handcuffs. He didn't talk to me. He didn't nothing, stuck me in the back of the truck. That guy could be home. The gun could be in a lake. It could be anywhere. And now I'm the liar because you guys didn't find it. And it's not fair. And I know exactly what I've seen. I've got enough sense on me not to just pull a firearm just on anybody. I'm not that stupid. There's no material, nothing worth dying for or anything or taking somebody's life for. He could take, the only thing I would purposely take anybody's life for is my children's life. Then you could put me under the jail. There's nothing in this world to be worth shooting anybody over. No materialistic, nothing. My life and my kids' life.
Well, today you found something to shoot someone over.
My life. Because he was coming at me with a gun. And because you didn't find it, I'm the liar. And because some lady on the side of the road tells you there was no gun, it's gospel. But I kicked it out of his hand. Not a flashlight.
And your family friend, Kirsten.
Didn't see the gun? Tell me how she could have.
She was right there in the car with
Was
you.
she? Because I was in the whole window. I said, you got a gun. I said it. He's got a gun, he's got a gun. I figured she'd take off. So because she didn't physically see it, I don't know, sir, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to yell at you by no means, and I'm not trying to disrespect you at all.
It's okay. You're not disrespecting me at all. But we'll be back here in a bit. Give you a minute to figure things out, okay?
Jennifer's case went to trial. Proceedings began on Monday, and by Wednesday, the jury had reached their verdict. Guilty of second-degree murder in the death of Michael Holfacker. The judge sentenced her to life in prison. In the state of Florida, where parole does not exist, that sentence means exactly what it sounds like. Jennifer Sue Hill will more than likely die behind bars. Crime Circuit. Like, share, subscribe.